what I was going to play right off the bat. I was born. My dad was young, playing college basketball in Utah and Washington in the United States, and basically came out the womb and put a ball in my hands. As soon as I could walk, I started walking, running around, and chasing the ball around. My first birthday, I got a basketball hoop, and that's really where I started developing a love for the game at a really young age. Started to play organized in my later years. When I was 4 or 5, 6 years old in the States. It all started when my dad was playing college basketball when I was born. It's a big family sport. Felt a love for it early and never looked back.
Reyes played in the PBA, so it was a big inspiration of mine, and I started playing as a kid here in Florida in some different basketball leagues, and it got really serious in basketball in grade school, like grade 3 or 4, but by grade 5 I really wasn't having fun anymore, so I took a long break. And I didn't really play basketball again until high school. So I went to first year high school at LaSalle Green Hills and watched my Tito play basketball. I think he was with Alaska at the time. So got excited about basketball again and started playing in high school. And that's when I got really focused and serious, which led to me being able to play in college here in the States. And then luckily was able to turn that into fulfilling my dream of playing in the PBA, which was a childhood dream that I had ever since I saw my Tito play.
Basketball in Australia at the age of 13, because I was born in Australia, actually Perth, Western Australia. So I started playing just for fun with my friends back when I was younger, 13 years old, and then it wasn't until I was about 14 that I started playing organized basketball.
So I was 4 years old at the time. My dad, I used to watch him a lot when I was younger, and I would always see him at the park and all that, playing. So when I was 4 or 5 years old, he built me like a Michael Jordan hoop in the house we lived in at the time. And he said I just took like a real interest in basketball and was always just like shooting on the hoop. And then we really, after he seen I was interested, we really like started training a lot. And then I would say by the time I was 80 years old, that's when like I really started taking it serious, like playing in like local little leagues and all that type of stuff. So I got started around the age of 8, but it was all because of my dad. He was my biggest influence with basketball and just like sports in general.
Playing basketball kasi nakita ko yung daddy ko nung bata pa ako, 6, 7 years old. Nakita ko siya, naglalaro-laro siya sa amin. Sikat kasi siya sa amin sobra. So yun, inspire ako maglaro. Then habang tumatanda ako, ginaguide ako ng kuya ko. Sinasama niya ako basketball kasama yung mga barkada niya. So bata pa lang, matatanda na kalaban ko. Ayun, yun ako naasa. Yun ako nag-start ng basketball.
Playing basketball with my dad basically, because my dad's Pinoy. So living abroad, he would always living abroad in Jordan, he would be always playing with the Filipino community, just be around the game. But I was just playing for fun, because the main sport in the Middle East in Jordan was football. So we would just play a bunch of sports, but never really focused on one sport. So, but in terms of actually playing basketball in an organized setting, I started playing basketball, organized basketball when I was in University of Perpetual Help in my 4th year of high school. So I was a football player in the University of Perpetual Help from my 1st year to my 4th year high school. And then in my 4th year high school, I had a growth spurt. And then I grew around 6'7" I was like around 6'2" at that time, 6'2", 6'3", and then I was. They were like, "Oh, just come try out for the basketball team." So I ended up doing it, and then I played NCAA juniors for the University of Perpetual Help. Like my batchmates were Joseph Meriobu, Justin Alano, Joel Hudlancob, and Jello Adelino was a part of that team also. So that's when I actually got started playing basketball.
I started playing basketball when I was about probably 7 years old. My dad was a huge basketball fan, so he was the first one to put a basketball in my hands, and since then, I played for different leagues when I was younger, and that kind of started my career as a basketball player.
How did I start? I really started with my dad. My dad would be playing, and then I'd be watching him play, and then he would teach me. When at home, we used to have a little ring in the backyard, and we'd play 1-on-1, and he would just teach me all of these moves. My dad was the reason I started playing.
So I started playing basketball when I was 6 years old. My parents bought me this little basketball hoop for kids. It's like just made out of plastic, and then I just started playing on it a lot in the backyard until my parents then signed me up for like basketball clinics and like basketball camps during the summer, and then I just fell in love with playing the game. I had a lot of fun, and I just kept playing every year. I just really enjoyed it at a young age. So, yeah.
I started playing basketball simula ng bata pa ako eh. Kasi yung bahay namin kasi sa probinsya, harap noon, basketball court. So, mga bata, typical, pag may mga naglalarong mga matatanda, gano'n, mga kuya ko, mga tiyuhin ko, at mga taga sa amin, nanonood kami ng mga bata. So, until na-hook up kami, after nila maglaro, kami naman. So, naintindihan namin yun na nag-start kami sa basketball.
Thank you for watching.